Okay, so welcome to the class again. Um, what we were just talking about before more people joined in is that the role play exercise is not going to happen actually before the next Monday. And therefore, we still have some more time for those of the lazy ones who still not submitted your role play. Do that today. By Friday morning, Amit would send me a full list of people who have submitted the role play, and I'm going to allot the groups to you for this exercise. I will allow you to make your own, form your own groups for the mock trial activity, because there you will need not more collaboration with each other, and it will be good to have the people you trust and you can work as a team in that. In this one, we are trying to also find out new people in the class. So maybe you, because most of you do not have an idea of who the other class fellows are and what are their capacities, what are their ability to work with you. So this activity may give you some chance to get to know some of the people. So whoever doesn't submit by Thursday night and does not inform Amit that you have submitted, you will only attend the class to hear what others have to say. I'll let you know the nitty-gritties, and I'll be posting your groups on Friday for you to know. Very clear instructions of client confidentiality. Of course, the client confidentiality principle applies to the lawyer, not sharing the sequencing with the information with the client has given to the lawyer. What we are talking about just now is that do not share your scenario before the interview with your group members. The exercise is to develop our capacity to find out the facts. If you've already been told the facts, the interview is of no use. There will be situations where you may not know the legal provision which applies or what is the legal remedy available. And therefore, you will have to learn to deal with that situation as well. And it's okay not to know the law on the point exactly. But if you are not sure of the law, then do not give wrong legal advice. Do not say, and also one of the role plays, a couple of them actually, had question answer form that this is what the client will say, this is what the lawyer will say. That is not how you write your role play. You have to only write your role, and the role play suggests that this is what you expect the lawyer to say. So that's a good guide for yourself to find out whether the lawyer followed your script, no, followed what you expected or not, and then you can give a feedback to the lawyer on those lines. But do not write your role play in the question answer form. Another thing I found was that some of you have written, very few, but some of you have written your role play in the language I, Ved Kumari, want you to file a case or whatever. So this is a legal language for documents. This is not how we talk in our lives. Will you go to the lawyer and say, I, Ankit Kumar, want you to file my case? You will never say that, no? You have introduced I'm Ankit Kumar and say, I want you to file your case, file my case, or I want you to do this remedy for me. So when you are writing, and this is a very important learning for us, that you will be writing legally for the lawyers, for the court. There you have to use the formalities of the legal language. But when you write to your client, you will have to write simple English. You cannot then use the phrases you have learned in law because the client will not know. Remember your day one when you came to the law faculty? How many of you remembered? How many of you had heard? Maybe because you did entrance, but before you started preparing for the entrance test. Have you ever heard the word taught? I did not. Most of us did not. We did not know the distinction between respondent and defendant. We did not know the difference between the applicant, petitioner, plaintiff. All these are the technicalities we have learned over the years, but your client will not know that language. And therefore, when you decide to write to the client, it should be written in simple English. the way you will write to your uncle or your aunt, your family members, your sister. So do not be very clear about the language. So this is not the, when we write role play, this is not the place to use the format of an affidavit. Ramesh Sharma, hereby the defendant, whatever. No? This is not the kind of language we write in the role play. So just a few tips on this one. So anybody who has anything to talk about the classes or conversations we've had so far? I'm going to change my view from the whole class to only those people will be visible to me who are on their videos. And apparently then I will be talking to those people who are on the videos. So this is your choice, whether you want to be in conversation with me or you just want to be the passive listeners. But I do assume that after yesterday's class, you will understand passive listener does not mean that you remain logged in and then move around the house, not knowing what's happening in the class. We experienced that yesterday. So passive listening would still mean that even though you're not visible to us, you may still be nodding your head to yourself, of course, because we can't see. You will perhaps be taking notes. So do everything which you do in the class and be attentive, even if your network situations doesn't allow you to be online on a video. But I do hope that you sort that out and put yourself on video, because yesterday we did notice, those of us who were on video, we could see the expression on the faces and also understand how we are communicating through our expressions. So if you want to improve your learning, you have to find manner, the technology will have to become friendly to you. Only then you will benefit more. So I'm going to change this to only show participants with the videos. Good. I still have some numbers here, which is useful. So when okay, I'll also perhaps put the link, because initially I was able to see only 16, and some of you also said you're also able to see only 16 of the whole class. Now you've found out the link and the extension link for Grid, which does provide us the whole class. So I'll paste that into our chat box, into our portal, whatever that's called, I don't know. So then you can all download that particular extension and you'll be able to see as many faces that I am able to see. So when you have that view of only those people who are on the video, I will continuously want you to keep looking at not only me, because that's the usual thing that usually in the classroom you're looking at the teacher. You can certainly look at me, but also occasionally look at the faces of your class fellows to also make your assessment about active listening, passive listening, nodding. So whatever the body language, what is it that you think? So occasionally take your mind off to what I'm saying and watch a colleague of yours or a few colleagues of yours to see, do you think they are in the class? Have they left the class even though physically they are present? Whether they are involved in the conversation, are they just watching the conversation? These are all things we are able to see by looking at people. And this is something you also need to develop, because when you will in the courtroom, you will look at the judge's face. The judge may not speak anything, but looking at the judge's face, you will be able to find out, you will be able to assess, is the judge listening? Is the judge happy? Is the judge, of course, the judges are trained to have a mask over their face in the sense of not showing expressions. But some of the judges are very transparent. And certainly, what are the cues you're getting from the body language? Have they slouched back? Are they intently listening? And certainly, when they ask a question, then pay attention to what is the question being asked. In your client interview also, you will very specifically focus on what the client is telling you, rather than assuming that this is what he's going to say now. But it may happen that yes, the client does say what you were expecting, but it may also happen the client says something different than what you were expecting. So did you get a chance? Okay. So did you get a chance to quickly look through the PPT, the PDF file of the PPT I have posted?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question, ma'am, actually.
Yes, Shiv.
Can I ask?
Yes, Shiv.
मैम एक्चुअली जब जैसे क्लाइंट एंड एडवोकेट मिलते हैं इन रियलिटी,
जी
तो उसमें जैसे जो एडवोकेट है, जैसे नया क्लाइंट आया उसके पास और उसने बोला कि सर मेरे को सो एंड सो प्रॉब्लम है, तो उस पर एडवोकेट उससे जैसे जो डॉक्टर फीस लेता है, सपोज $50 या फिर $100 चार्ज करता है उस काउंसलिंग के लिए, आप कह लो, या मतलब उस इंटरव्यू के लिए, तो वो कर सकते नहीं कर सकते? और मतलब ये मतलब सही बैठेगा या नहीं बैठेगा मैम?
कुछ लोग ना हमारे रोल प्ले में कहते हैं मुझे 10 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है तो मैं तो चार्ज
हाँ
करूंगा।
जी,
रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं ना,
हाँ
तो
जी, हाँ
हम कह
जी।
रहे हैं कि मैं तो लॉयर, बिल्कुल सीजन लॉयर हूँ, हम नहीं प्ले कर रहे कि मैं नया लॉयर हूँ। एंड ऑल्सो डॉक्टर डॉक्टर पे भी डिपेंड करता है, कुछ डॉक्टर चार्ज करते हैं कंसल्टेशन का, फर्स्ट फर्स्ट मीटिंग का, कुछ लोग नहीं चार्ज करते हैं।
हाँ,
So
कुछ लोग
that's
नहीं करते
something
हैं।
which is left to you. You can decide whether you want to charge. अगर आप चार्ज करोगे तो आप क्लाइंट को पहले ही बता दोगे, वो पहले आपसे बातचीत करेगा कि भाई आपकी हमारी 15 मिनट की मीटिंग है, इसका मेरा ये चार्ज होगा, अगर आप बात करना चाहते हो तो ठीक है आगे बात करते हैं। अगर क्योंकि हम इस क्लास में ये प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं तो मेरे हिसाब से हम कंसल्टेशन फ्री करेंगे पहली बारी में, कंसल्टेशन सबको फ्री
ठीक है
करेंगे।
मैम।
पर अगर
मैम मेरा
आपको,
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है
अगर
कि
सिर्फ 1 मिनट,
इस
फिर
मेरा कुछ,
अगर
जी
अगर
जी जी,
आपका क्लाइंट, क्योंकि आप जाने जब आप मीटिंग एंड करोगे तो आप बोलोगे कि ठीक है मेरे जो अगर आप डिसाइड करो, सपोज लिटिगेशन हम उसको सजेस्ट ही नहीं कर रहे हैं तो मैटर वहीं खत्म हो जाता है। अगर हम लिटिगेशन या
ठीक है।
मीडिएशन को सजेस्ट करते हैं तो हमने उनको फिर ये बताना होगा कि देखिए अगर आप चाहते हो कि मैं ये केस करूं तो मेरे ये फीस होगी। तो अगर आपको
जी
सही लगता है तो आप जो है अपना फॉर्म वगैरह भर दीजिए, अपना डिटेल छोड़ दीजिए, अपने रजिस्टर, अपना जो कॉन्टेक्ट एड्रेस है, रेफरेंस है, ये दीजिए। और या मुझे
ठीक
आप सोच के बता दें, फोन कर दें मुझे, तो उसके बाद में हम अगली मीटिंग फिक्स कर लेंगे और मैं आपको बता दूंगा या बता दूंगी कि आपको क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंट है, क्या क्या चीजें साथ लेके आनी है। कभी हम कहते हैं अच्छा आप लिख के ले आओ क्या क्या सिचुएशन है आपकी। सो वॉट एवर जो भी हम जब पार्टी करेंगे तो उस वक्त में सेट करेंगे, ये दिस विल बी द क्लोजिंग। कि जब क्लाइंट और उसकी जो रिलेशनशिप होती है, जो फीस चार्ज की होती है, और क्योंकि हम प्रैक्टिस की तो कह रहे हैं कि हम फर्स्ट कंसल्टेशन का हम चार्ज नहीं करने वाले, पर अगर वो आपको हायर करेगा तो फिर उसको फीस बतानी चाहिए।
ठीक है।
और कोई सवाल?
मैम मेरा मतलब ये था कि उसका इम्पैक्ट मतलब नेगेटिव पड़ेगा या फिर पॉजिटिव पड़ेगा, अगर हम मतलब जब वो फर्स्ट मीटिंग होती है उसकी अगर हम फीस पे करें तो?
देखिए डिपेंड
और ये
करता है कि,
सही आइडिया है कि आइडिया है या नहीं है?
हाँ नहीं देखो ये दिस इज अ कॉल विच एवरी पर्सन टेक्स फॉर देमसेल्व्स। इसका कोई सेट रूल नहीं है, क्योंकि कुछ लोग होते हैं बिल्कुल, आपको क्लाइंट को भी पता है कि आप बिल्कुल रुकी हो, बिल्कुल नए बंदे आए हो, और आप कहोगे कि, और अच्छा फिर ये भी है ना कि सवाल कि आप कितना चार्ज करोगे। अब जैसे शुरू में जब हमारे बच्चे निकल के जाते हैं और प्रैक्टिस करते हैं तो ज्यादातर सस्टेनेंस उनका आता है बेल मैटर से, और वो बेल मैटर पे चार्ज नहीं करेंगे तो खाएंगे कहाँ से? तो वो
यस
मगर
मैम,
बहुत
एग्जैक्टली।
बहुत मिनिमल नॉमिनल अमाउंट चार्ज करते हैं, जो क्लाइंट पे भी कर सकता है और आपका भी काम निकल जाएगा। धीरे धीरे आप
जी
बढ़ा सकते हो, आप और एस्टैब्लिश कर सकते हो। पर मुझे नहीं लगा कि जब तक आपकी मार्केट में बिल्कुल, अभी तो आप एक मेज कुर्सी डाल के उसके पेड़ के नीचे बैठे हो और आप बोलोगे कि मैं 5,000 रुपया चार्ज करूंगा कंसल्टेशन का, तो नहीं होगा। जो
हाँ,
एस्टैब्लिश
नहीं
लोग
होगा।
हैं, तो वो चार्ज करते हैं उस तरह का। या आपको स्पेशली अगर प्रॉपर्टी मैटर्स हैं तो लोग ये भी वो हो सकता है कि डिपेंड करता है कि मैटर की वैल्यू कितनी है। अ, कोई जना अगर सपोज म्यूचुअल कंसेंट डाइवोर्स के लिए आ रहा है तो आपको मालूम है उसमें बेसिकली 2 ही हियरिंग्स होनी है, तीसरे में जजमेंट आ जाना है। तो एक पहले आपकी फर्स्ट फाइलिंग होगी, फिर आपकी 6 महीने बाद में पूछ होगा और उसमें मैटर वहीं पे खत्म हो जाता है। जो कहते हैं कि हमारा स्टैटिक, अच्छा ये भी है ना कि अगर हम इतनी सपोज हम 25,000 रुपया फीस लेंगे, तो जैसे हम बिल्डर से करते हैं ना कि अच्छा जब आपकी पहली मंजिल बन जाएगी तो हम इतने पैसे देंगे, सेकंड मंजिल बनेगी तो इतने पैसे देंगे, तो बहुत सारे तरीके हैं इस सबके। कि लॉयर्स भी कहेंगे ठीक है फर्स्ट हियरिंग पे, क्योंकि होता फर्स्ट हियरिंग के बाद उसका मन बदल जाए, वो सेकंड में जाना ही ना चाहे। कुछ लोग कहेंगे कि आप आओ चाहे नहीं जाओ, अगर आपने मैटर मुझे दिया तो आपके 60,000 रुपए लगेंगे, तो पहले आप फीस दे दो फिर आगे बात करते हैं। देयर आर नो डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ पीपल, एंड आई थिंक ये लर्निंग एरर बाय क्या ट्रायल बाय एरर होता है ना, कुछ वैसा करना पड़ता है शुरू शुरू में जब आप प्रैक्टिस में। तो मैं
ओके
ये
मैम, ठीक
बहुत
है।
टेम्पटेशन होती है कि जो भी अगर दफा कोई भूला भटका क्लाइंट अगर आ गया तो उसको जाने नहीं देना। अरे नहीं तुम्हारा केस है ही है, जब केस नहीं हो बोले केस, वो बोलेंगे नहीं है केस तो फिर हमारा रोजी रोटी कैसे चलेगी। पर अगर आप ग्रेजुअली ये एस्टेब्लिश अपनी रेपुटेशन कर लेते हो कि आप गलत एडवाइस नहीं देते, आप पैसा बनाने के लिए एडवाइस नहीं देते, तो वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से जो आपकी पॉजिटिव रेपुटेशन बनती है वो अल्टीमेटली दे गेट यू द रियल क्लाइंट्स हु हैव अ रियल केसेस।
एग्जैक्टली
तो
मैम।
अभी एक हमारे पास आए थे एडिशनल सॉलिसिटर जनरल Mr. Biswas. So he of course joined the profession very late. At the age of 40, he came to Law Center too. So he was getting very bored. He was at the top-notch position, CEO था किसी बैंक में, so very high position, and he was just getting bored in the evening. कुछ काम नहीं होता था, तो कहता थोड़ा law join कर लेता हूँ. When he joined the law, he just felt on the very first class that this is my calling. तो वो नौकरी छोड़ दी, पूरा स्टेटस नीचे आ गया, but within 20 years from that day, he became the Additional Solicitor General of India. So you can imagine that how passionate he was. So one thing which he shared with us, and I know which has stayed with me, he said कि अगर मैं कोर्ट में खड़ा होकर कह दूं ना कि फैक्ट्स ये हैं, जजेस मुझे उसका एविडेंस नहीं मांगते, क्योंकि इतने साल में उसने ये रेपुटेशन बना ली कि अगर मैंने कहा है ये फैक्ट है तो वो फैक्ट है, मैं झूठ नहीं बोलता, आई डू नॉट ब्लफ विद द फैक्ट्स। सो वो लॉ पे आर्ग्यू करते हैं, झूठ पे आर्ग्यू नहीं करते हैं। So I think these are all your thing, no? That what is it that you want 10 years, 20 years from now? Where do you see in terms of social prestige, recognition, money? So there are quite a many people who make money, but they got no reputation. वो हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज के लिए नहीं पूछे जाएंगे. But people like that who make a reputation that I don't fudge facts. You have to find out that on these facts why this claim cannot be made. That's what the learning is about. So I think that these are all the questions you will struggle with in your earlier career, and depending on what is important for you. For some people, वो कहते हैं नाम ना हुआ तो क्या हुआ, बदनाम तो हुए. कि नाम होना चाहिए, चाहे अच्छा नाम हो चाहे खराब नाम हो. कुछ लोग कहते हैं नहीं, हमारा बदनाम तो हम नहीं चाहते हैं, हम तो नाम चाहते हैं. कुछ को फर्क नहीं पड़ता नाम से, उनको पैसे चाहिए. वो कॉर्पोरेट फर्म में जाके पूरी जिंदगी बिता दो, पैसे मिलेंगे, वो पहचानेगा नहीं आपको. So these are all choices people make depending on what is important for you. And you will have to take that call that you want to be the corporate lawyer, which earns a lot of money, which spend a lot of time in the offices, but behind the desk, not meeting the real people, not appearing in the courts. And that also gives some people satisfaction. So it's all our personal choice. There's no one way to do the right thing. Whatever is right for you, do that. But I certainly believe that there are certain basic things which all lawyers, whichever capacity you are in, has to follow. And one, I think, is client confidentiality, and the other is diligence. That whatever you do with full sincerity. Remember that if the client loses or wins, the consequences of the litigation will accrue to the client. They will suffer if they had a good cause and you did not prepare well and he lost. You're not losing your property, but he might lose his whole life savings. He might lose something which is very precious to that person. That's a huge responsibility. Lawyering profession is known as what kind of profession? What is the difference between profession and business?
It is considered noble.
Now, why it is considered noble profession?
Because it is supposed that we are not in this for making money. It is for betterment of society and helping people in need. And
so professions
right.
like doctors, teachers, lawyers are seen as noble profession. It is not that this profession do not have money, but money is not
Ma'am,
the
because we
primary
provide service to
contribution.
the
The
society.
secondary objective.
Yes, yes, Puneet.
We provide services to the society. Ma'am, because we provide the services to the society instead of just making the profit out of the transactions.
We do
That
not
is the
make
sole
profit at all. We do
goal
not
of
make
business.
profit at all. And in
So
fact,
in
if you,
We
profession,
just look to the services.
we are responsible for whatever happens with the third party. So if it's about the doctor and lawyers, they will be responsible for their clients. And in
why
business,
should
it is not so.
how would you say that for the teachers? Am I responsible for my students if they don't study?
Not responsible, but you are taking the responsibility to teach the students. So it is not for your own profit. You're not earning anything from that, but you
I
are
am.
taking the
I'm getting a
responsibility to
salary.
teach.
No, I get a salary.
If most of them are not studying, then it could be your fault.
If they're not,
If most of them are not studying, then it could be your fault.
and why would that be my fault?
Because as a teacher, it is your job to create interest in students'
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's a difference between
mind.
a law professor which teaches adults and a primary teacher which teaches children. So as adults, can I force you to study? You're all adults. Should I force you to study? Should I be punitive that नहीं पढ़ रही है, पढ़ के नहीं है तो चलो कान पकड़ के मुर्गा बन जाओ? ऐसा ना, I got yesterday very nice joke. वो जो आते हैं ना memes आते हैं. बोला टीचर ही ऐसा प्राणी है जो बिना प्याज, टमाटर, कढ़ाई, तेल, इवन चिकन के बिना मुर्गा बना सकता है.
So like here we are talking about
Okay.
the client relationship. So the same scenario, teachers are also responsible to make a good relationship with the student to generate the interest of student in their class. So that is how it is a profession.
No,
Ma'am, most of the
somebody.
professions,
Yes,
ma'am, most
Vivek?
of the ma'am, most of the professions are regulated. Means the state has given some kind of authority, and there are, like we discussed, medical, lawyers, CA, CS, and even teachers what they can teach. So they are kind of regulated for the welfare of the overall society. So when we say a lawyer is the officer of the court, right? So the court has ensured that there should be some madam, guidelines or ethics which defines them. Same way as doctors.
I think some of you said it earlier that the motivation in the honorable, in the noble professions is service to the other. The money comes in, but that is not the primary motive. In business, my primary motive is to make money. And of course, when I manufacture something, it also serves people. When कोई ना shirt बनाता है तो हमें मिलती है ना. So it does serve us. But his purpose is not to provide us with shirts. His purpose is to make money out of the things which he or she is manufacturing. So when we have heard this also, prostitution is the oldest profession. What is the prostitute doing? Why is that prostitution is said to be a profession? It's not occupation, it's not business, it's a profession. Something for you to think and ponder about. So, but that's not called as a noble profession because we have put a moral value out there as to what is it that we want to do. So, I'm just trying to read the chat. As a professional, we need to have some specific skills, she's written skills, that will allow us to provide better services. When we say, you may be aware of, some of you certainly would be aware, that the gown which we are supposed to be wearing today has only something hanging at the back, but originally it used to be a pocket. So जैसे ब्राह्मण होता है ना तो उसको दक्षिणा देते थे, तो पहले तो पता है कि मैं इतना चार्ज करूंगा, ब्राह्मण को दक्षिणा देते हैं. सो टीचर्स को, गुरुओं को, लॉयर्स को वो पॉकेट में डालते थे जितना उनको क्लाइंट को सही लगता है, रिसीवर को सही लगता है, वो चार्ज नहीं करते थे. आजकल थोड़ा चीजें बदली हैं, but the spirit is that the service receivers will give what they think are appropriate for your services, because all these questions are respectful, because there are also when we talk about teachers, we are supposed to be building the future of the country, creating citizens who are responsible, robust, thinking, wise, skillful. All these are responsibilities of the teacher. So we try our best. Students may take it, students may not take it, and depending on what level of students we're dealing with. When it comes to the doctors, they're also relieving pain of the others by their skills and their learnings. In lawyer also, people are in difficulty, they are in pain, they are suffering because of the disputes they have. And we are trying to help them resolve those, to find solutions, to establish their rights, to get what is due to them. So you are doing it all for their comfort. As a consequence, you will also earn. But that is not the primary purpose. And that is where diligence is a very, very important attitude of a lawyer. That you cannot say, oh, I had a party yesterday and therefore I did not prepare the case well, please grant extension. The party has to come secondary if you didn't prepare it beforehand. If you knew the party, somebody died suddenly, that's a very reasonable cause for you to have, get your plans displaced. But a birthday party, a marriage, something which you knew beforehand will happen, then work beforehand to accommodate that time that you will need to spend at the party. So something which happens unexpectedly, suddenly coronavirus lockdown happened. You can go to the library, understandable. But not because you were partying late, therefore you got late and therefore you can go to the library. So these are the attitude categories which all lawyers have to really learn and accept. If you want to become a lawyer, it's a very, very responsible profession. You cannot take it lightly. If you do not have that aptitude, then don't get into there. Find something else which suits your aptitude. You have to be on time. And in my classes, I keep on insisting, come on time. We have a High Court judge, retired now. So she tells us an incident from her life. She was a judge in the Tisazari. So she was in the lift and going. It was quite crowded in the central hall where the lift is. So somebody elbowed her out. And he said, "Arey, mera case Manju Goyal ke usme laga hua hai courtroom mein." And Manju Goyal was the one he was pushing her, not knowing that this was Manju Goyal, because she was known for her punctuality. When you have special mentions in the Supreme Court, that happens about at 10:30. If you are late, your client might lose her house that day. You are late by 10 minutes. You might lose that occasion for special mention, because after the special mention, the court gets into their regular business. They will not now have a special mention. So because of your negligence, because of your not being diligent in whatever you do, your clients may suffer irreparable loss. And punctuality is something which is very, very important if you want to be heard properly. If you have a Passover, your junior was junior abhi to khud hi junior ho gaye, but you will have a lot of your seniors asking you to take a Passover. So if it happens for a genuine reason that yes, he's truly busy in another court, but because he was just not used to coming on time, and people do get to know of it. The judges do get to know of it, because अगर the same lawyer वो भी lunchtime में बात करते हैं ना एक दूसरे से. So whatever happens typically in their courtroom, they might share those notes. ऐसा अच्छा ये बंदा तो मेरे कोर्ट में भी ऐसे बिहेव करता है. मेरे यहाँ भी उसने ऐसे बोला था. से हमने कहा अच्छा उसका तो जूनियर आज आया था, बोला इंपॉर्टेंट मैटर था, इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेज पे था, बंदा आया ही नहीं. बोला अच्छा मेरे तो कोर्ट में अपीयर हुआ था. बोला अच्छा वो जूनियर तो मुझे कहा था बीमार है वो आज. So when those notes get exchanged, this doesn't create a good impression for you. So don't think that when you do something hanky-panky, it will not get to the knowledge of the judges or the other party. Therefore, be very careful about your behavior. So returning to our conversation on, we have already spent half an hour on the general conversation, but I think important conversation. So we want to wrap up John Peters' reading, and I'm going to share my PPT with you. Revising what Asta presented yesterday, and also anybody who has prepared any presentation on inhibitors? No, nobody? Okay, so I'll share this, but I would encourage you, because more you speak, your hesitation in speaking, your ability to communicate more effectively will improve. This is a class, again I'm emphasizing, for learning skills. Speaking, communication is a skill. So unless you speak, how will you improve your ability to communicate? How do you convince the other? How do you effectively tell the other what you need to say? So that's what I'm sort of constantly saying, that if you have the ability to present, or if you do not have the ability to present, but you have read, try. Even if you make a 5-minute presentation, that's okay. Don't have to do an exhaustive job. Just pick up, no, maybe 2 pages of the reading and say, I'm going to present this one aspect. I'm going to only speak on, let's say, one threat, one inhibitor. I'm going to present only on active listening. I'm only going to speak on only reflection, reflections or rephrasing. You can always pick up a smaller area, but make a beginning for yourself. Present. Window.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if the presentation is scheduled for tomorrow, then I would want to try on inhibitors.
Now I think we'll think of something else for presentation for tomorrow. Tomorrow, what are we supposed to do in any case? Let's see. Our schedule says, oh, this inhibitor was supposed to be yesterday. We are going to speak on communication. If you want to speak anything about communication, effective communication, you're welcome to do that.
Yes, ma'am, I'll do that.
Who is the person? I didn't notice the name.
Ma'am, Anukriti.
Anu. So you can search for materials. There is some information on our in our course material also. So read that, find out whatever you can, and you can have a 5-minute or 7-minute presentation on effective communication. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is what we were talking about yesterday. So listening, very important skill for a lawyer, and there are lot of obstacles to listening. Why? These are some of the obstacles listed out. In the childhood, we knew that unless we speak, we were not heard. So we believe that we have to be making noises all the time. There is anxiety to do something else. There are preoccupation with other thoughts, because of which all these, because of which we stop listening. The daydreaming, जब ये केस मुझे मिलेगा, तो मैं कितना बढ़िया एक बिल्कुल धूम मचा दूंगा. Fantasizing, कि मैंने कितनी अच्छी एडवाइस दिया भी उसको, इधर से बंद होगा ना मैं दूंगा बहुत अच्छे. Impatience, अरे मैंने इतनी देर से सुन रहा हूँ ना, बंद करो इसको. So can be any of these reasons because of which people's mind may go away. And certainly, yesterday Asta did talk about passive and active listening. So when we said passive, the purpose of it is to receive information which the client wants to give. And it is not equal to being silent, but and it's an important formulation, but silently listening to what the client is saying. We heard it yesterday also, that through eye contact, nodding, postures, we can non-verbally communicate that we are listening. By giving non-evaluative responses like yes, I see, sure, you are indicating that you are listening. Don't jump into the conversation just because the client is silent. The reasons for the person's silence may be many. Some are listed here. He's still trying to formulate his ideas कि मैं कहाँ से शुरू करूँ कहानी. अभी हमारे साथ होता था ना. I sort of remember my early teaching days. Many of you can recall your other classes. टीचर सवाल पूछता है, आप लोग तक इमीडिएटली जवाब देते नहीं हो. आप लोग अभी सोच रहे हो उठाएं कि ना उठाएं, कोई और जना उठा मतलब जवाब दे रहा है, या कैसे नो हाउ टू फॉर्मुलेट, यू स्टिल थिंकिंग अबाउट इट, टीचर स्टार्ट रिपीटिंग द क्वेश्चन, फट से हम दोबारा मतलब 2 सेकेंड वेट नहीं करते हैं। अगर इमीडिएट जो बच्चे हैं ना एक्टिव वाले, एकदम से खड़ा हाथ खड़ा कर देते हैं यस मैम और जवाब बोल देते हैं, जब वैसा वाला बच्चा क्लास में नहीं है तो आप नोटिस करिए ज्यादातर टीचर्स, और मैं भी यही करती थी, वी विल कीप रिपीटिंग द क्वेश्चन एंड देन वी विल गिव द आंसर आल्सो, उसको ऑल्टरनेट फॉर्मुलेट करेंगे। सो व्हेन आई वेंट ऑन माय फेलोशिप एंड हैड अ को-टीचर अमेरिकन, एंड आई फाउंड शी विल आस्क अ क्वेश्चन, वो आराम से बैठी थी, 10 सेकंड हो गए, 20 सेकंड हो गए, बच्चे बोल रहे थे, वो भी रिपीट भी नहीं करी बैठी है। Then I found finally students started speaking because they were little shy, they were still formulating what needs to be said and all that. So organizing sequence, generating courage to talk about something. I do remember in my LLB days when I was a student, I did not know English well. और उस जमाने में हिंदी में कोई बात नहीं करता था क्लास में, ना टीचर्स ना स्टूडेंट्स। जो हिंदी वाले बच्चे थे वो सब चुप बैठते थे। तो जब तक मैं अपने दिमाग बना रही हूँ कि अच्छा ये ट्रांसलेट, पहले हिंदी में जवाब सोचा, फिर उसका ट्रांसलेशन की, फिर सोचा कि बोलेंगे, तब तक दूसरे बच्चे ने जवाब दे दिया, मेरा कभी नंबर ही नहीं आया जवाब देने का। So there may be any number of reasons because of which the client has not responded to the question immediately. It doesn't mean that you jump into and say, अच्छा अच्छा ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ था, ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ था. So wait. It's important to wait. Okay, I think I need to get back to my slide. So active listening is important for building rapport and gathering information. Responding to pauses, कई दफा हो भी सकता है कि आदमी कह के तो कुछ रुक गया, then you will have to find out whether this person requires motivation. हाँ चलिए आगे बताइए फिर क्या हुआ. So then you are encouraging, responding to pauses sometime, rephrasing and summarizing, asking questions, content reflections, feeling reflection. These are all ways whereby you are building rapport, gathering more information, and you are actively now participating in the conversation. This we have done quite exhaustively yesterday. And I think here I've got a whole list of this. I've taken again from Don Peters. Everything is from Don Peters in this slide. So the kind of feeling reflections can use the word, you're feeling happy, anxious, resentful, distressed, troubled, shocked, uncomfortable. So there are lots of them, which are just a whole range of feeling reflections, and you can use them when you need to use them. Motivating statements, positive feedback. हाँ अभी तक आपने बहुत अच्छे से बताया है. Expectative motivators. I think you will tell me about these other aspects also. अगर जैसे हम लोग अपनी क्लास में कहते हैं कि अच्छा आज तो आप आए हो, तो जिस दिन फर्स्ट टाइम बच्चा आता है ना, एक महीने बाद क्लास शुरू होने के बाद में पहले पूछना भी देर से, एक महीने तुम थे कहाँ, फिर कहते हैं अच्छा आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि तुम कल से रोज आओगे, आगे से रेगुलर रहोगे. So these are motivating, setting expectations. I expect, सपोज एक स्टूडेंट है जो मुझे पता है बहुत अच्छा अक्षर काम करता है, एक दिन नहीं पढ़ के आया, अरे तुमसे तो ये उम्मीद नहीं थी, तुम तो बहुत होशियार बच्चे हो, हमेशा पढ़ के आते हो, आज क्या हो गया. So somewhere you are pointing out that you have not done it. At the same time, you are motivating them to do it because we are setting expectations. This is what I expect from you. So we can tell use the same thing with our clients as well. So inhibitors. Okay, I think I've. Okay. So the first one, let's see if I can put it into the presentation mode. So ego threat, where a person feels that the information will affect his self-esteem. हम सब सोचते हैं कि हमें दूसरे लोग समझे कि हम बहुत रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं, हम केयरलेस नहीं हैं. तो जब अभी कल आप लोगों ने, कुछ लोगों ने वो नहीं किया ना, प्रेजेंटेशंस नहीं दिया, तो आपके सेल्फ एस्टीम को धक्का लगा. जब मैं अच्छा फिर ये तो सब लेजी बच्चों ने जवाब नहीं दिया, जो चुस्त बच्चे थे उन्होंने दे दिया, तो खट काफी सारे आगे नहीं नहीं हम लेजी नहीं है, हम भी चुस्त हैं. But if I so people who have some information, वो कुछ लोग अभी आपके कुछ रोल प्लेस में हैं, कुछ लोगों का एक चीज हमने गलत की थी मगर एक चीज तो हम सही कर रहे हैं, हमारा क्लेम सही का है, उसका इम्पैक्ट गलत से क्या होगा. तो जो हमने मतलब एक चीज लीगली करेक्ट नहीं थी की, या हमने सोशली करेक्ट नहीं थी, मॉरली रॉन्ग था, कुछ हमने किया, तो यू वुड वांट टू हाइड दैट इंफॉर्मेशन। तो अगर ऐसा कुछ लगता है, सो देन these are kind of encouraging statements कि ऐसा मत सोचो, आई विल नॉट बी जजमेंटल, मैं आपको जज नहीं करने वाला हूँ। This seems to be a difficult area, but it is an important topic that I must explore fully. I must know the whole details. Only then I'll be able to do a proper plan for you. I will not think less of you if there have been some problems here. It is not my role to judge you or your behavior. I want to help you make the best decisions possible. And to do that, I need you to help in sharing all relevant information. That includes even things you fear might either harm our case or may embarrass you. तो आप बहुत अच्छे तरीके से उसको कह रहे हैं कि आप जो भी कुछ कहोगे, मुझसे ये ना कि आप खराब व्यक्ति हो, मैं आपका जजमेंट नहीं करने वाला हूँ, पर ये इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे केस के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है, जिससे हम ये ना हो ना कि दूसरा साइड आकर के कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दे जो आप नहीं दे दो। तो ये केस सेट में भी लागू होता है कि कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन क्लाइंट तो होता है कि अगर ये मैंने बताया तो ये मेरा केस को हैम्पर कर देगा, कि बीवी ने मुझे मारा, तो ये नहीं बताया कि पहले मैंने मारा था। अभी रिसेंटली एक अखबार में केस आया था जिसमें कि बीवी ने किल द हस्बैंड एंड शी हैज बीन चार्ज्ड कन्विक्टेड फॉर कल्पेबल होमिसाइड नॉट अमाउंटिंग टू मर्डर। उसके फैक्ट्स तो बड़े अजीब से हैं, और आई डोंट थिंक द जजमेंट भी करेक्ट है एज पर द रिपोर्टिंग इन द न्यूज़पेपर्स। पर उसमें था इंफॉर्मेशन कि पहले हस्बैंड ने मारा, उसको काफी इंजरीज भी हुई, फिर उसने वो रॉड छीन करके उसी से हस्बैंड को मारा, वो हस्बैंड की डेथ हो गई। सो शी मे नॉट वांट टू से, जब उसने हुआ कि जो सपोज इसमें अगर डेथ नहीं होती और वो फाइल करता कि इसने मुझे सीवियर इंजरी किया, ही विल नॉट वांट टू से कि मैंने पहले मारा था, या मैं उसको तो रोज ही मारता हूँ, उसके मारा तो उससे इसने मुझे उल्टा पलट के मार दिया। तो देन यू विल हैव टू again advise concealing any information connected with the matter may be harmful if it is disclosed by the other side. So बेहतर है मुझे पहले बता दो, so that we can prepare. जब आप पूरी information होगी तो आप उसका डिफेंस भी कर सकते हो। जब हम स्ट्रेटेजी प्लानिंग सीखेंगे तो हम देखेंगे कि हमारी जो अदर साइड है वो हमारे खिलाफ में क्या मुकदमा बनाने वाली है, उसके जवाब में हम क्या कहने वाले हैं। तो इसलिए सारी इंफॉर्मेशन देनी बहुत जरूरी है आपको। एंड बी कॉन्फिडेंट कि जो भी आप इंफॉर्मेशन हमें दे रहे हो ये कॉन्फिडेंशियल है, मैं किसी से शेयर नहीं करने वाली हूँ till the time you permit me to do that. So that's, you know, that's where you motivate them to do that. So there are always these inhibitors and there are the manner in which to deal with them. Information is not disclosed because of role, cultural or status notions. अभी मैं कल एक PhD thesis पढ़ रही थी. So in that, the student, she's from Bangladesh, so she has written about, she has done a field work, and the whole conversation is about कि जब साइक्लोन आते हैं तो जब शेल्टर्स बनते हैं महिलाएं वहां जाती नहीं है because they have threat of violence and harassment. She doesn't use the word sexual harassment, sexual violence throughout her thesis. ना तो कोई client बोला, ना तो उसके respondents बोले, ना उसने लिखा है। बस cultural inhibition है, etiquette wise sexual word इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते हम बातचीत में। कभी हमारी बातचीत में भी, आपस में भी, दिल्ली जैसी जगह में भी हमारे कई टीचर्स हैं जिनको रेप पढ़ाने में बहुत तकलीफ होती है, because etiquette wise they think that this is not a conversation we can have with the students. So the client will have the similar kind of thing as well, and we need to learn to deal with that as well. So this seems to be a difficult area. No, this is wrong slide. So here. So notion of propriety, अगर मेल लॉयर है, फीमेल कुछ प्राइवेट बात करना चाहती हैं, प्राइवेट मटेरियल्स की, हस्बैंड वाइफ के रिलेशनशिप की, she might not feel that it is appropriate for her to speak to you in detail about what kind of sexual experience she has. She's very unsatisfied or he is impotent and things like that. So she might feel. So then you can say make this kind of statements. The topic is open for discussion and it is important for you to talk about it. You may think it is appropriate to discuss extramarital affairs, extramarital sexual conduct by you and your spouse in this interview. These issues are important, have important legal significance, and they may have a direct bearing on some of the decisions you will have to make about the case in the future. And therefore, I'll ask you certain questions. So when it comes to, so then in this kind of a scenario, when it says I'll ask you some questions on these topics, it may be the time to use, not necessarily or apparently the close-ended. It may be a time to ask leading questions as well. So depending on, because sometimes we do know that leading questions can lead to a wrong information also. Trauma, unpleasant association with the topic in recalling and retelling are extremely painful, especially for rape victims. For them to recall every single detail may be very, very traumatic. So then you will again have to reassure them. And it will actually usually require extensive feeling reflections, may produce the same time of cathartic discharge. And you can say, this is painful for you, talking about it. You will have to relive that agony. I regret that our legal system makes this information important to our case, but regret that it makes it important, but it does. That's why we need this information. And I assure you that I'm not asking these questions to cause pain. These details can be crucial to our case. To greater need of the client to talk about something else. कल हो रहा था ना कि वो कुछ और बातें की जा रहा है, मेरा limited time है तो क्या करेंगे? So here is a typical kind of a response. The sensitively आप उसको कैसे रोक सकते हैं? I'm concerned that we have only 20 minutes left today. I need to find out more information about other topics so that I can do the legal research necessary before our next appointment. I sense that you need to keep talking about this topic, but I've got enough detail on it for now. I would prefer moving on. This may be one of the polite ways to say, let's come back and let's find out what we need to find out. The client may think it is not relevant. हमारे केस से कोई संबंध ही नहीं इस बात का. So therefore, they may not give this some information. So you will have to give examples of relevant information that may seem apparently not connected. मेरा हस्बैंड मुझे मारता है, इसमें पड़ोसी क्या सोचते हैं हमसे, क्यों मतलब हमको नहीं सोचना कि पड़ोसी की विचार या पड़ोसी प्रेजेंट थे कि नहीं थे या पड़ोसी ने इंटरव्यू किया नहीं किया, वो तो हम अक्सर नहीं बताएंगे. So but therefore it may seem like that people you did not think had any role. मेरे हस्बैंड ने मुझे मेरे घर में 2 बच्चे थे, उन्होंने सब देखा, पर उन्होंने ये नहीं बताया कि मैंने अपनी माँ को भी फोन किया था, मेरा पड़ोसी भी आ गया था मेरी चित्कार सुन के. So they will not information, they think not relevant, and therefore you can give them examples to give some more information on that. So these are some of the aspects which this reading does bring to our mind. So when you are conducting your interview, because what we are looking at all these aspects so that you can practice. If you notice some of this in your client, and yesterday we had a very good example of a good acting by Rachit on the role play, you can be actually into the role. This is your occasion to be the actor you have always wanted to be. So if you are finding a family dispute, emotional attachments, rona vona karna hai, sab kar sakte ho. Feel free, but don't be too melodramatic. Overdo nahi karna hai. Because after all, you are in a formal situation. But if you are in a melodramatic situation and your lawyer doesn't take problem, usko samajhna hai kya karu. So you have to be ready for both sides, because you will also be a lawyer and your client may also be melodramatic. So don't overdo it, but try to get into the role, feel the person, whose problem you're talking about. So kuch ki pure business transactional issues hain, ज़्यादातर लोगों के पर्सनल इश्यूज हैं जो रोल प्लेस आ रहे हैं. So be ready on both the sides. As a lawyer, how to deal with the emotions of people, and as a client also get into the role and have a field day when you do the role plays. And then, what we will doing actually will be that you will be, there will be 2 people who will conduct the interview, 1 lawyer, 1 client. The 2 people who are watching you over in the WhatsApp call. I think the WhatsApp will be the mechanism for the time being. You will make your groups of 4 according to the groups I allocate you. Then call a group call to all the 4. Fix up a meeting beforehand by writing your WhatsApp message at what time all the 4 will be available. Then conduct. So first round, A lawyer, B is the client, C is watching over the actions of A, and D is watching over the actions of B. Then in the second round, they will reverse roles. B will be the lawyer, A will be the client, and they will be again supervised and observed by the other two. Then after that, for every round, and then you will change. So then the observers will become the actors, and they will also have the reversal role, and the actors in the first part will become the observers. Then all the four of you have to reflect. So when you're the observer, keep notes as to what you think the lawyer did very well, what you think that the client did, and which you think was good, or some information which could have been given, whatever, whatever you observe. I'll try and see if I can send you certain observation points. So have a discussion, learn from each other. Because this is a big class, even in the physical class, I would not have been able to guide every single student. And this is what we do in the actual class also, that first we give the lecture, then we do a couple of demonstration, then everybody participates, and the four of you in a group will teach each other. So you will have a self-reflection. In our material, please have a look at, there is a client interview pro forma, which says beforehand, think of what you are trying to achieve in the interview. And then after the interview, reflect on what you think you've done well, which you've not done so well. So have your self-assessment first before you ask the client. The lawyer will do their self-assessment. The client will also write down their experiences. The observers will also write, then exchange notes to see whether your self-assessment as a lawyer is shared by the other people in the group or not. It's a real learning technique, whereby if you're all honest, you will really help each other. But there's a big question, if all of you are honest in your appreciation, don't pat your back, each other's backs. This is not the occasion. This is the occasion to learn, find out, help each other do better. जब आप किसी का दूसरे की गलती निकालोगे, तो जब आपने खुद करोगे तो you will not repeat the same mistake. तो जो learning होती है, करने से सबसे ज्यादा आती है, observe करने से भी आती है, मगर जब observe करके आप कुछ चीज निकाल लेते हो, तो अपने behavior में वो नहीं लाते हो. तो then you will remember कि अच्छा इसको कभी तो इस बार में टोका था, तुमने तो ग्रीटिंग नहीं की, जब शुरू हुआ तो तुम सीधे तो कूद पड़े, तुमने ये फ्रेज इस्तेमाल किया. So whatever you will point out, you are not paying attention to उसने ये information है, तुमने तो note ही नहीं किया. So all this will help each one of you to learn much better than if it was I who is watching everybody else and then trying to settle things. So any last minute comment before we round up today's class?
Ma'am, can we use Zoom instead of WhatsApp?
You can do Zoom. हाँ, नहीं, जो भी आपको comfortable है वो करो. Zoom में इनफैक्ट मुझे भी फायदा होगा अगर आप लोग Zoom करते हो तो आप रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हो. And maybe you can send me a link or something, so I can also observe what happened in the group. आप बिल्कुल Zoom कर सकते हो. इनफैक्ट हम लोग तो कोशिश में थे कि हम MS Teams पे ट्रांसफर करें, वहाँ शॉर्ट कोर्स बनाए, पर अभी तक वो सॉर्ट आउट हुआ नहीं है. So we'll have to find out other mechanisms. Zoom में आपकी लिमिटेशन होगी, अगर फ्री वर्जन ले रहे हो 40 मिनट की मीटिंग है. इट इज नॉट अ बैड थिंग कि आप दो लोग, और उसमें टाइम लिमिट सेट करो 15-15 मिनट का, भी 10 मिनट उस पर रिफ्लेक्शन बैक करो. सो विल वर्क आउट द इंटीग्रिटीज ऑफ दैट. आप यहाँ पे भी कर सकते हो, जो हम लोग गूगल क्लासरूम की गूगल मीट कर रहे हैं, आप लोग अपना प्राइवेट ग्रुप बना सकते हो, उसके ऊपर वहाँ भी कर सकते हो. इसमें रिकॉर्ड भी हो जाता है, इसमें कोई इशू नहीं हो, इसमें टाइम लिमिटेशन भी नहीं है. यू वांट टू डू ऑल द 4 रन इन द सेम गो, आप मीट में भी कर सकते हो. बट यू विल हैव टू मेक योर ओन ग्रुप्स फॉर दैट पर्पस. तो मीट में भी रिकॉर्ड हो जाता है, इसमें भी, इसमें क्योंकि इसमें जो बेहतर सिर्फ यही है कि टाइम लिमिटेशन नहीं है इसमें. और अगर आप ये ग्रिड व्यू ले लेते हैं ना, तो आपका खुद का भी आता है. ग्रिड व्यू नहीं हो तो वो छोटा सा बिंदु हमारी आती है जो स्पीकर है. पर हाँ, इसका रिकॉर्डिंग मेथड डिफरेंटली है. जूम की रिकॉर्डिंग है एज आई एम सीइंग द होल क्लास नाउ, दिस इज हाउ जूम रिकॉर्ड्स. मगर ये गूगल मीट में मैंने देखा है कि जो बोल रहा है ये उसी को रिकॉर्ड करता रहता है. So at the end of the day, when we look at the recordings, they are very different than what actually I'm seeing when I'm speaking to you. So yes, short answer is yes, you can use any mechanism as long as you can see the body language. We want you all to have videos on, whatever works for the four of you. मैंने तो कहा नहीं हमारा WhatsApp में भी वीडियो नहीं चल रहा, Zoom में भी वीडियो नहीं चल रहा, that will not work. Okay, let me take the attendance. ये तो भूल ही जाता है. आप लोगों को याद दिलाना चाहिए आपको अटेंडेंस चाहिए होती है कि नहीं चाहिए होती है. Add a sheet. And I'm finding that no, it is now picking up everybody. वो 60 अभी हमारे पास है 66 है इस मोमेंट पे 63 तो वो सबके ले लेता है. It's improving. The system is working better. So okay, Amit has got your job clear by Friday. आपने मुझे लिस्ट देनी है उन सब स्टूडेंट्स की जिन्होंने रोल प्लेस दे दिए. तो सबकी जिम्मेवारी है कि रोल प्ले अगर आपने दे दिया है तो मनीष को अपना नाम अमित को अपना नाम लिखाओ. अमित आपके पास पूरी क्लास की लिस्ट है?
यस मैम.
नहीं क्योंकि कुछ नए लोग भी जो ज्वाइन हुए हैं ना, जो एक्स स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो उनके बाद में नाम आए हैं, तो आई ईमेल यू रजिस्टर से पूरी मैं लिस्ट आपको भेज देती हूँ. आप उसमें टिक मार्क लगाएंगे.
ओके मैम.
हाँ तो आपको थोड़ा सा आसान हो जाएगा.
ओके मैम.
ठीक है. So all right. Good day to all of you.
Good day मैम.
Tomorrow we are going to talk about what do you remember? Effective communication.
Okay.
So everybody can read up material on that and add into whatever our main presenter will talk about. I'll also talk about. So whatever your experiences of effective communications are, we can share that as well.